Heat 9 of this British final at a stage where it's really beginning to bubble up. All the riders now have had 2 starts. We've had some surprises, we've had some sensations, and we have one unbeaten rider on the card in this race. On the outside there, on the far left of your frame, that's Terry Betts in the striped helmet colour. 2 starts, 2 wins. He really has looked sharp. His opposition in this Heat 9, on the inside we have Barry Briggs in the red helmet. Next to him we have John Louis. Then we have Nigel Bucock, and on the outside Betts. So Heat 9, Briggs, Louis, Nigel Bucock, Terry Betts, and Briggs and Louis have only got 1 point between them, and that's one of the major surprises. Briggs has won. Louis, one of the pre-meeting favourites, hasn't scored. So Heat 9. And again, it looks like Terry Betts has made the jump. Terry Betts and Louis. Louis for the first time has made a start, and he gave Betts a tremendous nudge there. Betts locking back, looking for the inside line. Louis leads. In second place, it's Betts. In third place is a battle going on between Nigel Bucock and Barry Briggs, but Briggs has it at the moment. Nigel Bucock coming through there, we just caught that. Louis in front. In second place, Betts. Bucock coming tearing through. Briggs coming back under him there. The 2 senior statesmen at the back having a rare old battle, but John Louis, after 2 disastrous first rides, really beginning to get it together. Louis battling for a place, battling to retain a chance of this World Championship. He needed a win here, and if he doesn't make a mistake in the next 400 yards, he's going to get it. Louis really getting all the motor on now, riding a good line. Terry Betts is just waiting for him to make a mistake, but at this class, at this level, you don't get many gifts. Louis then over the line, right on his back wheel, Terry Betts. In third place it was Briggs. But now Louis is back in with a chance after 2 opening rides without a score. He has a win to his credit. Terry Betts moves on to 8 points, looking very good. But Louis now has suddenly given himself second chances.
Watch John Louis' anticipation of the start from number 2. I'm on the inside and we both need a win badly to get us back into the hunt. John's now pulled out of the start very well. Terry Betts has come from the outside, but he's got further to travel, and Louis just up on the inside of him. He moves out off the inside a little bit in the middle of the corner, puts Betsy out that little bit wider, gives himself a bit more room to get a perfect drive out of the corner, and goes on to the win that he so badly needs.
Heat 10, this one really is England versus Australia. 2 lions, 2 kangaroos. On the outside there we have Bob Valentine from Sheffield and Australia, but reading from right to left on your frame, on the inside it's Peter Collins from England. Next to him John Bolger from Cradley and Australia. Then we have Malcolm Simmons, and on the outside it's Valentine. So Heat 10, Peter Collins on the inside with 3 points to his credit. Next to him John Bolger, he has 5 points from 2 starts. Then we have Malcolm Simmons, a bit unlucky, only 1 point and an engine failure. And on the outside Bob Valentine, equally unlucky, with a win and a fall to his credit. So Heat 10, and really any of these 4 riders is capable of jumping out at the start and winning it. Heat 10, Collins, Bolger, Simmons, Valentine. It's Bolger, the 2 Aussies hit the front. Bolger and Valentine on the outside, but coming through very, very hard indeed on the inside, it's Collins. Didn't quite make it. Bolger leads, then Valentine. Collins in third place. Very, very tight there. My goodness me, you couldn't get away from between them. Bolger, Valentine's going down. There he goes, and very lucky to be missed there. Valentine falls, and how lucky he was, because he had 2 riders right up his pipe. It looks like he's hurt his arm. Somehow they managed to miss him. The race is going on, and Collins is chasing hard after Bolger. It's beginning to happen here now. Here comes Collins again. This one is developing into a ding-dong. Bolger in front, Collins on the inside. Collins coming very hard down the line there. Bolger leaving him no room at all. They're on the last lap. Peter Collins, England's white hope, really fighting hard and in terrible trouble there. Bolger really shut the gate on him. Still last corner now. Here comes Collins, he's going to go around the outside. He's not going to do it there, he's going to go down. Is he? No, he isn't. He somehow managed to hold on. He goes over the line, and that really was something of a race. We lost Valentine. We almost lost Peter Collins. But there is the man there in the blue helmet. That's John Bolger. He won it. Looking round to see what all the fuss was about. John, you never know what was happening behind you, son.
Bob Valentine is certainly a lucky young man. He's second place here behind John Bolger, fellow Australian, going into the corner. He's hitting the greasy spot now. He's starting to turn right round. He doesn't catch it, and Peter Collins does a great job to get up the inside, and Simmons does even a better job to missing, and Bob is a lucky young boy to escape injury in this crash.
There's unlucky Bob Valentine. He went down. He seems to have hurt his arm there. You can see it holding his left arm there. Bit of bother there, but lucky to be missed by the other two right up to fight. Somehow they missed him. Collins made a tremendous effort. We saw that on the last corner. He almost lost it as well.
And here's Peter Collins trying to get Bolger on the last corner. He's gone right round the outside of John. He looks in good condition just about now, but the track's very, very greasy about mid-track. You see him now, he's running into the slippery pot. He loses his leg, but he's done a marvellous job to get back on the bike here. He's just about off it. He's looking back for the third place here. He's going to get his second place, which he needs so badly, and John Bolger, Australia, goes on for a win, which is going to be vital to him also.
Heat 11, and there we have Martin Ashby there in grid 3, but just looking across the field, a very interesting race this one should be. On the inside, it's Dave Jessup. Next to him, we have Reg Wilson, then Martin Ashby, and on the outside, the unbeaten Eric Pocock, one of the surprise packets. So Heat 11 with Dave Jessup on the inside, next to him Reg Wilson, Martin Ashby in grid 3, on the outside the unbeaten Eric Pocock, the man who has emerged as one of the favourites for this British title. Here we go then, Heat 11. And it looks like Jessup and Pocock's been left. It's Jessup, Wilson and Ashby and Pocock trying to come in the line on the inside there. He hasn't made it. So here's another surprise, one of the favourites, lagging at the back now, but Pocock slid through there into third place. Jessup still leads. Really, they're in a big heap at the back there. Jessup is leading, in second place is Wilson, in third place is Ashby, and Eric Pocock going mad to try and find a gap at the back. Jessup made a superb start, looking in command. All the action here is at the back. Can Eric Pocock get up? In second place there, Wilson is in a lot of trouble there, but somehow manages to hold on, takes his goggle down. Ashby comes charging through on the inside there. Lots of action in second place. Wilson is out and hit the fence. He's gone down. Wilson is down. He really gave the fence a wallop there. They are on the last lap. Wilson is still on the track. They're going to have to stop it. It could be a nasty one here. Jessup flies through there. You can still see Wilson lying down. So Wilson, we just saw him clip the fence, down he went. He was lying in second place, he seems to be okay. So we have blue excluded. The interesting thing, are we going to have a rerun because the riders were on the last lap? And that spells trouble and expense for Reg Wilson. Obviously the back wheel locked up there, so the track staff here at Brandon Stadium simply bang a rake through it and go back on one wheel power. So we have controversy here at Brandon Stadium over the rerun of Heat 11. Dave Jessup there, just partially hidden on the far left-hand side of the picture, rather felt that he was being robbed. He was on his last lap when the accident happened, and he shouldn't be robbed. Well, the referee is not going to be budged. Arthur Meller, the ACU referee in charge of the meeting, says that the race had not reached its last lap when he stopped it, so a rerun it must be. So after all the humming and hawing, we have a rerun of Heat 11 with only 3 starters. On the inside there, Dave Jessup, all on his own in the red helmet. Next to him in grid 3, we now have Martin Ashby. On the outside, Eric Pocock, still unbeaten on tonight's racing. So only 3, Heat 11. And again, it looks like Jessup made the start. Jessup made a colossal start again. So it's Jessup in first place, then Ashby, Eric Pocock taking the high, wide, handsome line round the outside. Beautiful picture of them going flashing through frame. Jessup was a mile in front when this one was stopped before, but now Eric Pocock is it going up into second place. Yes, Eric Pocock's in second place. Is he? It's very, very tight there. Yes, he is. So now it is Jessup. He leads. Pocock in second place. Martin Ashby in third. Very tight there on this bottom corner at Brandon. But Eric Pocock held him off. Jessup still in front there. Jessup now begins to stretch into a bit of a lead. Has time to look back. He can see Eric Pocock breathing down his neck. No time to relax now, David. Come on, son. Keep it all screwed on. He is on his last lap. Jessup leads from Eric Bucock. Drifted a bit there in front there, but still plenty of time to recover, regather up all the old sinews. Jessup over the line. In second place it's Bucock. In third place it's Ashby. That is poetic justice. Well, Dave Jessup really had to work hard to win that one. There he is there, looking a bit out of breath. Shakes hands with Eric Bucock. That's a nice gesture. And so we come into Heat 12 of this 1974 British final, and this one is an interesting one because the rider on the inside there, Ivan Major, 4 times world kingpin, is really hunting for points. He's only got 2 points from his first 2 races, and that included a very unlucky machine failure on the last lap. Next to him we have the reigning British title holder Ray Wilson from Leicester, then Billy Saunders, and on the outside McMillan. So Heat 12, Major, Wilson, Saunders, McMillan. Let's watch this start. Who is it? McMillan's hanging back a bit there. Oh, Major got a tremendous start. Major really got a 10-mile-an-hour roller there. Ray Wilson was absolutely left for dead, and the referee is having none of that. Well, Ivan Major there is reckoned to be the world's greatest professional, and that really was a professional start. And Arthur Mellor, the referee, says, please stay still at the start, lads, and has ordered a restart. So we come on now to the second attempt to get Heat 12 underway. Ivan Major showing the nerves on the inside there. He badly needs points here if he's going to stay in this world title hunt. Ivan Major on the inside from right to left, then Ray Wilson, Billy Saunders in grid 3, and on the outside Jimmy McMillan. So we have a New Zealander, we have an Englishman, we have an Australian, and we have a Scot. And there's trouble again there. A tape breaking, and that looks like Ray Wilson. The blue light has come on, the exclusion light, and Ray Wilson was conned there. There is the light, you can see the blue light. Ray Wilson was really conned out of that one. It was the rider in white, Billy Saunders, who touched the tapes, and Wilson is the man who broke them, and we have trouble at the start of Heat 12. But Ray Wilson, I'm sure, knew he was the guilty man. Very, very unlucky. And so we come on for the third time of asking to Heat 12. We have an additional rider, a supplementary reserve coming in place of Ray Wilson in blue, but now it is Ivan Major on the inside, Frank Smith, the young Coventry reserve in grid 2, Billy Saunders, and then Jimmy McMillan. And again we have trouble. They've got to settle down. Who is it that's made the jump? It's Ivan Major from the inside grid who made the start. Major leads. In second place it's Billy Saunders. In third place it's McMillan. At the back it's young Frank Smith. But Major, the supreme stylist, after 3 attempts to get this one underway, looked to be on his way to 3 very convincing points. Major, just watching around this corner. Look, he's even got his leg up off the ground, doing it completely on balance at something like 50 miles an hour. Look at the style of the man. Look, his front wheel doesn't move much more than about a couple of inches from that white line, and you really have to be a hero or a superman to match this sort of speedway. Tremendous stuff. Look, he isn't balancing, he's just letting the bike take him round in complete control. And after all the fun and games at the start, Ivan Major really showing all his world class. A mile in front, the rest of the field are out of sight. Major round, over the line, there's the checkered flag. World class performance once we settle down in Heat 12. With plenty of interest. We have 4 riders, and each one of them is in with a chance of qualifying for the next round. Remember, the top 9 scorers go through. In this one we have from right to left Jimmy McMillan on the inside, next to him Peter Collins. In the third grid, Eric Bucock, the joint leader at the moment with 8 points, and on the outside his brother Nigel. McMillan has 4, Collins has 5 points, Bucock has 8, brother Nigel has 4. All of them still really desperate for points, and that's very lucky there for Eric Bucock. The tapes didn't break. Eric, you should really get on your knees and thank Elastoplast, any kind of elastic, because they held on there. And indeed it was Eric Bucock that made the jump from grid 3. On the outside is Nigel Bucock, his older brother, going right round and down the back straight here in Coventry. A tremendous battle between the Bucocks, and it looks like Nigel taking the high, wide and handsome line has got round him. Tremendous speedway. Nigel Bucock leads. Eric Bucock's in second place. In third place, it's a rider in red, Jimmy McMillan. And it's Peter Collins at the back. So it's Nigel Bucock after a superb first lap, but it's still very, very tight at the back there. Nigel in front, Eric Bucock in second place. In third place, McMillan still very much in contention, and Eric Bucock went very wide there, but gets the grip on again. Really found a better line there, but he did go wide. And here comes McMillan again round the outside, and Peter Collins coming back into contention. So Nigel Bucock in front, and a really tremendous battle going on at the back there, and it looks like Collins has come through on the inside. No, he hasn't. Really is tight there. Nigel Bucock now on his last lap. So it's Nigel Bucock over the line in second place. Eric Bucock in third place. McMillan, a very, very tight race that one. And so we come on now to Heat 14, another very, very interesting piece of speedway action coming up, that's for sure. On the inside, we have Bob Valentine from Australia, an unlucky night with 2 spills so far. Next to him, Ivan Major in grid 3, the small, diminutive figure of Dave Jessup. And on the outside, another joint leader, Terry Betts on 8 points. So on paper, it's the riders in grid 2, 3 and 4 to look for. Heat 14, Bob Valentine, Ivan Major, Dave Jessup and Terry Betts. And it's Major, the master craftsman at the start, who's made the jump. The rider in yellow back there, Terry Betts, with a tremendous first corner. But Jessup's come back and around the outside down the back straight. They go into that one as if tied together. Major in front, Jessup and Betts having a battle royal at the back there. And it was Betts who leapt in front there on his back wheel. Betts in second place, Jessup locking back, trying to find a gap through on the inside, can't do it. Major in front, Betts in second place. We've lost the last man, Valentine's given up the ghost. So it is Major leads, Terry Betts in second place, David Jessup in third place. Major, after a shaky start, is really beginning to look the thoroughbred of the tracks. Just look at his style here, really, it is poetry in motion. They're on the last lap now, and Ivan Major, again, beautifully controlled, beautifully composed. All the authority of a man has taken this world title 4 times. We saw him on ITV last year in Katowice, Poland. Very unlucky to lose it in that controversial runoff. At the back, Jessup still battling hard with all his big heart. Can't quite make it, so a win for Major. Ivan Major, the man speed fans from Melbourne to Moscow call the Galloping Major. Number 13 on his back, that was his number in the draw. When he packed up, when he was leading in his second ride, he must have thought it was unlucky 13. But now, again, the true professional, swallow the disappointment, getting it together. A fine win there against some really tough opposition. So Ivan Major certain now to go forward to the Nordic final and still in with a chance of the prize money for the top placings here in this British final. Heat 15, and the man surely to watch here is the rider on the inside, John Louis. After a terrible start to this evening's proceedings, he had a fine win in his last ride, so he still has an outside chance of getting through to the next round, but he's got to win this one. And he has some hot opposition. Next to him, Martin Ashley, then Billy Saunders, and on the outside, John Bolger from Australia, who has 8 points from 3 starts. So really a tough one for Louis. And it's Louis, I think, that's made the jump from the start. Gets Louis from the inside. Bolger rode a tremendous corner there, turned back on a 6 to come into second place, having missed the start. So it's Louis in front, then Bolger. In third place, it's Saunders. And the Ipswich contingent here at Coventry Stadium, jumping about on the terraces. John Louis chasing glory. Louis in front, in second place, Johnny Bolger. In third place, Saunders, and at the back, Martin Ashby now getting up, having a bit of a buzz round. Saunders' back wheel. But John Louis needed this win very, very badly, and it looks like only a miracle's going to stop him winning it. He's on the third lap now, and he really is beginning to show his real style. All the old pace, all the old dash, all the old dynamism is there. Really crouching style. Fans at Vauxhall Heath up at Ipswich absolutely idolise this man, and you can see why now. Just look at this boy go. So Louis over the line with a vital win for him. In second place is Bolger, in third place it's Saunders.
We've already seen one good start from John Louis. Now here's an even better one. It's Louis from the inside, and you can see going to the first corner, he's riding the bike absolutely straight. Obviously, the straighter you go, the faster you're going to arrive there. He's arrived there in first position. He's kept full power. He's riding a different line in this race to what he rode in the last time. There's nobody on the outside of him, so he hugs hard down on the inside, and you can actually see his front wheel here go over the white line and gets a beautiful drive out of the corner into a decisive lead.
And so heat 16. On the inside it's Reg Wilson. Next to him Barry Briggs in grid 2. Then we have Ray Wilson, very upset about his controversial tape breaking exclusion in his last ride. Ray Wilson in white, Malcolm Simmons on the outside in yellow. So we have two Wilsons in this one. Reg on the inside, Ray Wilson in grid 3, and Barry Briggs and Malcolm Simmons. Heat 16. Heat 16, Reg Wilson, Barry Briggs, Ray Wilson, Malcolm Simmons. And it's Ray Wilson that shows in front round that first corner. Ray Wilson in front, Reg Wilson no relation behind him. Barry Briggs coming powering through there into second place, pushes Reg Wilson way in on the boards, but he lost it himself there and allowed the rider in yellow, Malcolm Simmons, to come back under it. Very, very tight at the back there. Barry going very wide indeed. Lots of action. Reg Wilson's got down in a nasty old heat there. But it's Ray Wilson in front, Barry Briggs in second place, Malcolm Simmons in third. We lost Reg Wilson there. So Ray Wilson, and conceivably, if he wins this one and wins his last one, he can still qualify for the next stage, so he's still got plenty to race for. Barry Briggs, though, I'm afraid, has lost his world title chance this year. He'll be absolutely heartbroken about that. But to be honest, Barry has looked out of touch in this young opposition. Barry not getting any younger, but then neither of any of us. And Ray Wilson now really showing him the way home on this last lap. Ray Wilson over the line. Barry Briggs in second place. In third place, Malcolm Simmons. So, with all the riders having done 4 starts, what a situation bubbling up here at Coventry. This is the scores. Terry Betts, Eric Bucock, John Bolger, all on 10 points. Dave Jessup and Ivan Major on 8 points. Nigel Bucock on 7, and 3 riders on 6. John Louis, Billy Sanders and Ray Wilson. And if things stay as they are, those will be the 9 British qualifiers for the Nordic final. But they still have a race to go, and there's still a lot of interesting racing to come. Race 17, and a vital one certainly for 3 of the starters. The rider on the inside, Nigel Bucock, next to him Dave Jessup, and the rider on the outside, Billy Saunders, because all of these 3 are in with a very real chance of getting through to the Nordic British final of the World Championship. Nigel Bucock has 7, Jessup has 8, Malcolm Simmons not really in contention on 3, Saunders on 6. So heat 17. Nigel Bucock, Dave Jessup, Malcolm Simmons, Billy Saunders, and away they go, and it looks very close to him. Jessup it was who made the jump. Jessup and Nigel Bucock on the inside of him. Saunders is in third place, but Jessup rode a very brave first corner there. Very nearly got scissored between Saunders and Bucock. Held on, and it's Jessup in front for England. In second place it's Nigel Bucock. In third place now it's Malcolm Simmons, and at the back number 10 Billy Sanders from Australia. But Jessup it is who leads the field. Jessup in front, Nigel Bucock in second place, Malcolm Simmons making a bit of an effort there now, even though he's out of contention. He hasn't given up trying. Jessup though, Jessup now will move up onto 11 points, and that could well put him in the frame and in the big points money. It's certain to qualify for the British Nordic final, and that's his best performance today. This young man, only 22, from Kent, a former second division champion with Eastbourne. There's a terrific battle going on at the back, and Malcolm Simmons has come up around the outside of Nigel Bucock, and that really could put the cat among the pigeons. What a tremendous race Simmons rode there. We were watching Jessup, the man in front, the man in form, but Nigel Bucock there allowed himself to slip. He allowed a lapse in concentration, and Simmons went by him, and that could prove vital for Nigel Bucock. Jessup, in the meantime, he knows he has qualified. He knows he's in with a chance of getting in the first 3. Jessup really rode a superb race there, a very, very brave first corner. He kept going, he showed in front, and never looked like making a mistake. Number 8, Dave Jessup, one of the young Englishmen surely to watch in the future.
Dave Jessup's entry into the first corner illustrates why this boy's going places. Dave's on the second from the inside position. He rears a little bit off the start, but he's getting it under control now. Billy Saunders is coming very hard off number 4 position. He's crowding Jessup. Jessup rides off it. Nigel Bucock's underneath, but Jessup just keeps it flat out going into the corner, keeps a perfect drive and gradually pulls clear of his two rivals. He drifts a little bit off the line in the middle. He's doing a beautiful turn back now. He's getting the bike and wheels in line, and he comes out of the corner just clipping the inside of the track and goes away into his winning lead.
Heat 18 then. The most vital race of 1974 to date for John Louis, the little man on the yellow and black helmet on the outside. Against him, Reg Wilson, Roger Hill, Jimmy McMillan and Louis, and it's Louis has missed the start. In fact, it's McMillan has made the jump. Louis is in third place, McMillan leads. McMillan leads from Reg Wilson, and Louis is in third place, and that won't be good enough for him. But McMillan can creep in here, and Louis goes way wide there, only just held on to third place. So it's McMillan who is causing the surprise. Louis in third place, and he will need to get up into second place at least. Otherwise, his world title hopes for 1974 are dashed, and he made a tremendous bid there on that corner. Here comes Louis through now. No, it's Wilson, Reg Wilson, and Louis made a tremendous corner there. Charged under him like an absolute bulldozer. Louis in the second place. Just about, it's very tight there. Wilson hasn't given up the battle yet, but Louis is through. Louis is just through the second place. They come on to the last lap. McMillan still leads. Louis in second place, but has he done enough? Can he get up now? He's still chasing hard. What a battler this boy is. He never gives up. Flying through, trying to force a hole, trying to punch a hole through there. But McMillan's in command, and it's a tremendous race. McMillan wins. Second place, Louis from the back. In third place, so there is Jimmy McMillan, the lone Scot in this British final. He now finishes up on 8 points, so he must be in with a chance of going forward. So heat 19, and a very important one for two of the starters for sure. The rider in blue there is Peter Collins. He's on 5 points, so he will need a win here. And he has got some real red-hot opposition, because right next to him on the grid there in the white helmet, digging up the turf again, is Ivan Major, and he's on 8. So the contestants from right to left, on the inside, Martin Ashby, Peter Collins in the blue helmet in grid 2, Ivan Major and Barry Briggs on the outside. And Collins made the jump, a tremendous start. Collins really anticipated that one well. It was a perfectly legitimate start, but he left Major for dead, and Major really needs these points. But it's Collins out in front by a long, long way. Barry Briggs in second place. Major is in third place. Had Major won this one, he'd have moved up onto 11 points, and that would have put him in with a chance of the second or third place money for sure. But it's Collins who's going to qualify. Major looks to be just sitting back, just doing enough to qualify. He looks like he's not going to risk his neck, taking it nice and steady now. Collins needed a win. Collins is going to go forward now. It looks like he needed this win for 8 points. He goes over the line now for 3 more, so that's 8 points for Peter Collins. Should be enough. Barry Briggs, well, left his big effort too late. Second place. Ivan Major picks up 1 point in third place. He's on 9 points, sure to go through. Interesting stuff. Major not taking chances. So we come on to heat 20, and this really looks like being Speedway Supersonic, the race that certainly will decide the new British champion for 1974, because we have 3 riders all tying. The 3 top scorers on 10 points are all in this one. That is one of them there in the white helmet there, Terry Betts, just coming in on the right-hand side of your picture. And the man on the outside, Ray Wilson, well, he's not the leader, but he's on 6 points, so he wants to win as well to be sure of qualifying for the Nordic British final of this World Championship. So this one really is a bundle of dynamite. From the inside, John Bolger from Australia, he has 10 points. Next to him, Eric Bucock, he has 10 points. In grid 3, Terry Betts, same score. If one of them win it, the title goes to them. On the outside, Ray Wilson badly needing a win to make sure, so anything can happen in this one. Heat 20. And it looked like the rider in blue, Bucock, has gone away. Bucock and he's just made the jump. In white, coming round on the wide outside, is Terry Betts and Ray Wilson battling through into second place. Bucock and Betts up together in front. Wilson in third place, and Bolger at the back at the moment. So it looks like Eric Bucock at the moment. Terry Betts is fine, but finished at Betts. Been a very, very wide route around that top lap there. Almost lost it. Wilson knows he needs a second place here. So my word, they're all 3 of in there. Bucock leads, Betts in second place, Wilson in third place. If If it stays like this, Eric Bucock is going to be the new British champion. Bucock, Betts, Wilson trying so desperately, and Betts has gone wide there as he left the gap for Wilson. I think he has, and Wilson's coming bulldozing through on the inside there. Can he make it? No, he just cannot make it. It's so tight there. So Eric Bucock now is just a matter of 100 yards away from the British title. It's so close here. Betts still trying so hard to get back to the outside. He can't do it. Eric Bucock has won it. Bucock has won it. Betts is in second place. Ray Wilson is in third. I don't think he's done enough, but there is the new British champion. Eric Bucock from Halifax Dukes won it from start to finish. It really was so tight, so desperate. Nobody gave an inch away there, and it really was 4 laps of pulsating speedway.
Eric Bucock showing us just why he's a new British champion. Here he is going into the last lap with his arch English rivals behind him, Terry Betts on the outside and Ray Wilson on the inside. But Eric, immaculate as ever, holds his line, not worrying where the boys are. The one round the outside, one up the inside, but he just rides his immaculate course. He's entering into the last corner now. He gets round here. He's the British champion, and it's full marks, Derek. He had a serious arm injury last year. He's come back from this, and tonight he's just showing us why he's British champion and our hope for the world's final, as long as he can produce the same will and determination outside of England.